Okay, introduce yourself.
My name is Britttney Nikole. I'm from New Orleans originally. I've been in Bali. Next week makes 3 months, and I'll stay as long as I can.
As long as I can, period.
As
We
long
gonna
as I
like that.
can, as long as the Lord allows. I
Okay,
don't plan on ever
so
going back home though. Even if it's not Bali, it's gonna be outside of the country.
oh wow. So you one of the ones that's like, I'm not going back at all. Like I know this
Mhm.
for sure. Okay,
Yeah,
I
for sure.
love that. I love that because a lot of people get cold feet, or a lot of people second guess it, or they just say, "Okay, I've been gone too long. I think I'm gonna do a U-turn and go back." So you say no.
Nah. This is actually my second time abroad. In 2018, I moved to South Africa, to Cape Town. And I did that for a year and I had a taste of it and I was like, okay, yeah, when I get my life together, I know it's possible. Like that was a like trial run. So yeah.
Okay, tell us about Cape Town since that's where you went first.
Oh, Cape Town was amazing. So I worked in the aviation industry. I was a flight attendant at the time, and I ended up getting laid off. So I was like, you know what? I can't go back to a 9 to 5. And I had previously been to Cape Town, and met a couple that had a restaurant on Long Street. So I hit them up on Facebook and was like, hey, if I move there, can I work at y'all restaurant? And he was like, yeah, come on down. So I did it. It was a rough start. It was a rough start. It took me a little longer to find housing. So I was in a hostel for about a month. It was a rough start, but once that rough patch was over, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And I didn't have the resources like you that are available now, like to know what to do, who to contact, So it was really just like a cold, just dry run. Just okay, I'm just gonna do it. But Cape Town was amazing. Cape Town, I did feel going to Africa, I had this sense of like, I'm going home, but it wasn't that. Being a African American, everywhere you go, you're still an American. So I didn't get that feeling of being home, but I did feel very welcome, and it was the best year of my life for sure.
Oh, I love it. So it was for a year. Okay, so I love
Yeah.
how you touched on that as far as like you didn't feel home because people expect us to feel that because we
Mhm.
are quote unquote African American is what they call us, I guess.
Mhm.
So they
Nope.
expect us. That's the first thing people say when anybody move abroad. Why didn't you go to Africa first? Why didn't you pick Africa? And it's like that's not a place where everybody wants to go. And I feel like when you go to a place, you will know as soon as you're on the soil if it's for you
Facts.
or not.
The energy say either come on, nah, don't come, go back.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like you liked it, but it didn't give that. Period.
I did. I loved it actually. But like Cape Town is still very like separated and segregated. Is not it didn't give the real Africa feel, the real Africa vibe. And honestly, I feel like everybody saw me as an American and saw me as like a money grab. Like, oh yeah, you American, like I could get you for something. Like, no, I'm one of y'all. Deep down inside, I'm one of y'all. I was born there, but I'm still one of y'all.
Right. Okay, so when you say separation, what do you mean by that?
Like the coloreds, which is like light skinned black people and the white
Okay.
people, and the black people are like completely like different neighborhoods. You can go somewhere and there's like only white people, and go somewhere else and it's only black people. It's the townships. It's like it's very, very segregated still. Well, back then, 2018, it still was.
Okay, okay. I was doing some research on Cape Town myself on TikTok, and every video I kept
Mhm.
seeing, they kept saying, oh, the energy here is weird. And I was just kind of listening, but I was like, that's interesting that they all keep saying that. There were people that said they love it, but there were a lot of people that was like, oh, the energy is weird. I just don't know. So that's interesting. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it was it kind of felt like being in the States, honestly. Like you got your hoods and your places where you go and you feel at home, and you got some places where like when the sun go down, I know I shouldn't be in this part of town.
Oh,
So
got it. Got it.
yeah, and
Okay.
even the police treat you differently as well, being dark skinned versus being a colored light skinned black person or a white person. Yeah, it's a yeah.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
shit. We might as well stay in America for that. Look, I'm like,
That
yeah.
part, yeah,
And then I did also hear that it's kind of similar to the States. I did hear that. So when you
very.
said that,
It
that sounds
is.
familiar to what I heard. Okay.
that's why I feel like it was a good like first try. Like it was still very, very far away from home, but it like it made me feel comfortable because I know how to navigate because it's just like home. Um, so yeah, it's like the States for sure.
Okay. Okay, so what made you choose Bali and what led you there? We want to hear the backstory of what led you to Bali.
Oh, listen, I was in my prime. I've been in aviation for the last 10 years. And I loved what I do. I was a flight attendant first, and for the last 5 years, I had been an instructor. Bali wasn't on my radar. Moving abroad at that, like I still was working on getting my money right and like
Mhm.
having a like an escape plan. I wasn't ready. It wasn't on my 2025 to-do list at all. I ended up losing my job. So I got laid off. I was in Bali on vacation in January. I was in Bali on vacation in January. I went home on the 13th. I went back to work on the 14th. On the 15th, I got laid off. So I was like, shit, what am I gonna do? And I was like, you know what? I got some savings. I got enough to live for a few years and like and figure out what I want to do, figure out how I can make money abroad. I'm not gonna find another job here. I'm just about to move. So from getting laid off on the 15th to moving to Bali on the 13th, it was what, 23 days? Like I literally I was living in an RV. So I'm a nomadic kind of weird girly anyway. So I was
Love
living in
it.
an RV, so it was easy for me to rent that out. I don't have any kids. I'm the only child. I'm really not attached to anything, so it was easy for me to get rid of about maybe 80% of the stuff I owned and like be out. So yeah.
I love it.
Um, and it was the best decision I feel like I could have made for myself for sure. I feel like my entire in the beginning, it was so peaceful that I started getting anxious. Like, why am I not stressed about anything? Like why does everything feel so smooth and feel like I was stressed about not being stressed, which is
That's
insane.
deep.
But it's been it's been a beautiful transition. Another thing, I personally I know some people, I'm the only child and I do like my own space, but I find that living with a local family or like sharing a house is like better for me. So that's what I did both times.
Oh
And I
wow.
still like I don't get lonely. I have that sense of community. Like if it's a holiday or something, I'm not like trying to fight. Shout out to the Black and Bali group. Um, they do like provide a good sense of community, but I love like being with the locals. Like I'm in a village. I'm not even in Canggu or like the touristy areas. I'm literally in a village where I don't even see a white person, a black person, or another American at all. Like it's literally just Indonesians around me.
That's lit. I love that. That's
Yeah,
me. I
yeah.
like being in the little hood in the neighborhood. Like put me in
Mm-hmm.
deep. And
Yep.
then the kids be like, Mommy, we don't see no black. That's cool. That is
Yeah.
okay, baby.
Right.
All we
You gonna
need to
make you
see
some
is
friends?
us.
Yeah.
Exactly. You definitely will. I love that. So with choosing the family, how did you go about that? When you look for families, do you do it online? Is it like a
Yeah.
website?
It
Is it a group?
was a Facebook group.
Okay.
Facebook group. And they is like a 5 bedroom house. And it was like, hey, we have a room for rent, whatever. I'm like, oh, perfect. So I came in, it was like an interview. And we sat and talked for a few hours. And it was, of course, interviewing multiple people. And like within that same night, they hit me up and was like, yeah, you can come back tomorrow. We
Oh,
good. We
we
ready to
love
move forward.
it.
Yeah. I was so
Wow.
nervous though because I love the house. I love the house so much. So it was definitely it was half of what my budget was rent wise. So that helped a lot too. And it's just really like it just feel like home. All the neighbors, everybody, like it really just feel like these are my people.
So you didn't have any thoughts about like trust or your
No,
items or
no.
being,
Um,
sleeping in a home with strangers. How did that feel?
no. So I travel a lot. I've been to 63 countries. I'm sorry, I'm sweating
No, it's
so
okay.
bad.
You
But
good.
I travel a lot. I've been to 63 countries, and when I first started traveling, I was broke. The finances wasn't financing. So I stayed in hostels. So probably for the first 5 years, I was in a 12 bed hostel with 11 other strangers. So it kind of like it feels normal and natural to me. And I'm one of those people that don't feel like anybody gonna do me anything. Like I don't have the spirit of fear around me or in me. I don't think, and if somebody steals something from me, then they really needed it. Like my brain just doesn't go to like not trusting people.
Oh, I love that. That's
Yeah.
deep. Because I feel like that's an
Yeah.
American thing too. I feel like we're taught to not trust your neighbor, right? So when we go to other places and the people are super friendly, we kind of looking like they're a
So
little nice.
too nice, right? I go to language classes on Monday, and it's a bunch of African Americans in a language class, and we started like having sidebar conversation, and one of the girls was saying like I'm so over them always asking me like where I'm going, what I'm doing, and asking me all my information, and the local lady who teaches the class was like that's because they care and they want to make sure like if you don't come back, I know where to come look for you, but we so paranoid thinking like if somebody asking where you're going, how long you're gonna be gone, they trying to go in your house and rob you or something like. No, it's because they care. They checking for you in a good way, and I actually love that. Because like I said, it's just me. So I the first time I went out and stayed out till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. When I got home, the mom of the house was like, "Well, girl, where you was at?" Like literally on the couch. Like I don't know if she didn't go to sleep that night or what, but like that's a good feeling for somebody who like is basically a stranger to like the worry that you didn't come home. Like
So
so,
the
yeah.
hospitality, I love the hospitality in East Asia
Yeah.
anyway. It just seems like the people, they just kind.
Yeah.
And it takes a
Yeah,
while to adapt to, they want to hug you. They want to make sure you safe. They want to make sure you okay. It's very
they
different than,
won't feed you.
right. But it's very different than back home. We're
Mhm.
taught to not eat from everybody's kitchen. It's just so many things that we're taught that's so different, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
But East
It's
East
crazy.
Asia is feels like a big hug, a beautiful big hug for sure.
That's the greatest example. Okay, I'm gonna have to use that. Yeah, like a big hug, because it's very inviting type of energy. Like, hey, come on, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Okay, no, what were you gonna say?
Uh, go ahead, baby.
No, because the phone,
I got one.
the phone kind of
Is
was
a
like, I don't know, the connection
delay.
was kind of crazy. But you were about to say something. I want to hear what you was about to say.
Uh, I don't know.
You forgot. Okay, okay, okay. It's cool. It's okay. It's okay. So, like, being out there by yourself in a whole different country and having to navigate getting rides, you know, meeting people. You say you're going to language school on Monday, like life all around subconsciously, mentally. How is your mental health? How is your mental health
10 out of
daily? Like,
10.
what does it look
The
like?
the the best is the best it's been in 35 years. And I think I hopped in like both feet. Like I got here on like maybe a Saturday. Monday was the first day of language class. I've always wanted to take swim classes. I started going to swim on Wednesdays. I have a little schedule routine, like a slow life for myself that I couldn't afford at home because I'm working, I'm hustling, I got it.
Right.
So it's been a deep breath. Like it's my mental health, I can definitely say is the best it's ever been. The only stress I've had was like feeling like I need to be doing something, I need to be moving, I need to be hustling. And it's like, girl, your rent paid till August. Sit down. Sit, relax.
Okay.
You don't have to be in hustle mode constantly. Um and as far as like getting rides, I started out on Grab. You familiar with Grab?
Yeah.
I see you be ordering snacks.
I love Grab. I love the Grab.
So I started out on Grab, but just recently, today's day 4. I got my own bike, so I'm navigating on my own and everything. I when it doesn't, thank
Congratulations.
you. And even that is like I was so like worried. Like, okay, can I do this? Like, girl, you could drive other places. You could drive here. Like I've done road trips. I drove from Florida to Guatemala in my Jeep. Like you could drive. You be all right. You good in any hood. That's my favorite thing to say. And I hop on my bike, run to the store real quick, go get me a coconut, come home. Like it's easy, it's slow, it's relaxing, it's all the good things that you could imagine. Like every now and then the thought of like you need to be making money, you need to be making money, you need to be hustling comes to me, but I'm good.
And we
I'm
all
good.
we all go through that, and that's just that American. I feel like psychologically they really like fuck us up, and you
Bad, real
have to be aware
bad.
enough to know that they do it so that you can heal it, because it'll make you feel like you always have to be on the grind and like you're not
Mhm.
doing enough, and then you'll guilt trip yourself. So your
Yeah.
mind will start playing tricks on you, like You haven't been busy. You've been laying
Yeah.
around. You lazy. Why you
Facts.
ain't putting in no
Facts.
work? And you like,
Yeah.
I thought I was getting away from that. So I feel like
It's in you.
yeah, I feel like all of us who move abroad, anybody who has ever been on the journey, they go through that before, during, and after.
Yeah.
It seems like it never really go away. And whenever I talk to people, and even from my own experience, it seems like no matter how much you work on it, it's still there. And it made me realize how fucked up America really is and how they beat that into us.
It's bad.
It's crazy.
And I was working, I was nannying, I was doing hair, I was selling hair. I'm so used to having so many things to make money, to make ends meet, so it's like, it really is a massive adjustment to like my rent, $200. Girl,
I
you ain't got to
love it.
hustle. You ain't got much to do. You ain't got much to pay. Food is inexpensive. I did shopping for groceries today. I spent $3 on everything. A pack of chicken is like $2. Like, what? um, so it's like there's really no need to hustle. But I still, like you say, it never really goes away because I have my moments where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna relax today. I'm getting a massage and I'm staying in bed, and I'll find myself like, well, damn, you could have, got online and worked on your website. You could have did something. Like I constantly feel like you need to be hustling. But I'm breaking free of that because I don't have to hustle.
Yeah, we
I
are.
don't
We
have to. It's
all
not
breaking
in me.
free of that. And it's a process. I don't feel like it happens overnight because imagine growing up. I mean, we grew up in the States. Like that's our
Mhm.
native country. Like that's
Yeah.
where we're from. So it's literally in our genetics. It's in our
Yeah.
blood, right?
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. So next question. Money. How do you make money abroad? I normally ask this question at the end, but I feel like since we're already vibing and talking about hustle culture, we might as well jump into that. So everyone
Um,
always wants to know that.
So I'm working on books. I'm writing some books. Like I've lived a life, like them 63 countries and everything that came with it. I am in the middle of starting a travel consulting business. I worked in the industry for 10 years. I've been to 63 countries, 6 continents, 45 states. So it's like I feel like I know a little bit about travel, to where I could like be a good resource to people, like visa services and just like complete itinerary building. So I'm not in a space where I'm making money right now, but I had a decent amount of savings to where it's like I'm not rushed. And that's one thing that I appreciate about being in this space. I can take my time and figure out what I want to do. I don't have to like think of something and then put it out tomorrow because I have a bill the next day. Like bills are good, money's good, everything's good. So it's like I'm taking my time and seeing what I want to do, what I don't want to do, what I like, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. Um, and I'm also not in a space where I'm above. If I have to go home and regather myself and come up with a better plan, I will. Right. I don't think that that's going to be the story for me. I feel like something will eventually work. I've been hustling and entrepreneuring a long time to know how to navigate a little bit. Um, and in the beginning, maybe that first month, first 6 weeks, I wasn't even thinking about making money at all. Like I was, but I didn't do anything. I wasn't active. I didn't really put pen and paper or anything like that. So I just got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'll start working on the website. I'll start writing the books. I have about maybe 2 years of savings where I could pay all my bills and live comfortably and do everything I want to do and still travel. I just got back from Thailand. Um, I could still travel. So I have 2 years to take my time and figure out how to make money. So I'm not in a space yet to where I'm getting deposits, but I'm also not worried about it either. So
And I love how transparent you are with it. Thank you for that. Because a lot of
you're
people
welcome.
feel like they have to have it all together. And I want people to
No,
know that you don't have to have it all together and you probably never will, but you just have to
no,
have a plan and you got to start. You just got to show
yeah,
up. The rest
yeah.
will, like, take its course, and it always does. Am I lying?
Yeah, it always does. Look, if you align yourself, everything that's supposed to be in your path gonna be in there. All you gotta do is make sure you vibrating at the right frequency and align with the life you want. But if you're not there, then things can happen for you in that space. So,
Exactly.
um, yeah,
I love
yeah,
that. I love that. So to everybody that's watching and to whoever may watch the replay, if you're thinking about moving abroad, you don't have to have it all together and you don't have to have a business right away, but a savings will
nope,
help. Because I was about to say, that's such a
yeah,
blessing that you
Yeah.
did have a savings, because I realized that money don't go as fast. And I know, like with me, I was thinking like, damn, I don't think this enough. Then when you get there and you spending your money and you like, oh
It goes
damn,
far.
that was all,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know.
it goes
So
really far.
yeah,
I was prepared. So I also have residency for Sierra Leone. That's a whole nother story. But I was supposed to move there and start a tourism business. That was my plan because it's such a beautiful country and like nobody really knows about it. It's not like high up on the to go places. So I feel like I was gonna be the person to put it on the map. Things didn't work out. So I was already in the mindset like years before, like, okay, Sierra Leone was on my radar. Earlier you said most people say, why you didn't go to Africa? Africa is kind of where I want to be, but for selfish reasons, not selfish reasons, for dating reasons. I'm gonna keep it a being.
okay, okay,
For dating reasons, I'd rather be in Africa. Um, but it didn't work out. So it's like that kind of got the ball rolling with the savings. Cause at some point in my life, I was like, okay, so maybe Sierra Leone gonna do it. And when that fell through, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep hustling and work some more years and I'll like, I'll bring it back to the table eventually. So that definitely like helps. Like savings will help for sure.
okay. I kind of wanted you to touch on that a little bit more, if you open to it.
Sierra Leone?
Yeah. If it's not, it's okay. Look, you like,
I can talk about it, but it's a story, sis. And it's even crazier because the reason, okay, so
look, I'm excited.
So
I'm listening.
I went there on vacation, right?
Okay.
I do like missionary work, but it's not really missionary work. I get on Instagram and beg my friends to give me money, and they donate, and I buy school supplies and hygiene items. So I was doing a girls' school. I got like 5,000 pads, soap, and all kind of stuff
Wow.
to bring to two different schools in Sierra Leone. Got there, loved it, right? So I was there for maybe 2 weeks. When I made it back to America, that's when I had the idea like nobody knows about Sierra Leone. People need to know this place is beautiful. They got beaches, they got mountains, like it's cheap, it's beautiful, the people beautiful, the party is a party. So I got okay, I'm gonna do ABC tours. That was the company. ABC tours, I was gonna do city tours and hikes and all of the glass bottom boats on the beach. Like I just had it all mapped
Okay.
out. I couldn't get the business license without residency. So about a month after I got back, I went back to Sierra Leone to do the residency. I ended up meeting this guy, super big wig. I still to this day don't know what he did for a living, but it was a nice life, right? So I meet him and he gets everything done, right? That same day, he literally got on the phone with immigration. Somebody from the immigration office, badge, everything came, took the picture, did the paperwork, he paid for everything. I had my residency and my business license in my hand by 5 p.m. that same day. From breakfast to
Ooh.
5 p.m., it was all done. But I was basically selling my soul. So he had a sense of entitlement. So the time I was there, I got the business license, got the residency, made it back to America. I'm hustling, right? So I'm working my 9 to 5. I'm driving Uber. I'm doing DoorDash. I'm just trying to make money because I had a certain amount of money I wanted to save to like buy the tuk tuks and everything that I needed for the city tours. So I was just in go mode. So he would be FaceTiming and stuff. And I'm like, I'm an instructor. I can't answer the phone. I'm in the front of class, in front of a class full of students, whatever. And he was just like mad insecure, like mad crazy, calling like all hours of the night. Answer the phone right now. So I told him like, hey, this really not my speed. This not like what I'm trying to do. I'd rather not do this with you. So he told me, he was like, well, just know if you come back to Sierra Leone, you won't be safe here. So, given on what I know and stuff like that, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to play with my life because I believed him that I wouldn't be safe there. But it's a tragic turn of events. Literally 2 days ago, he just passed away. So it's like, can I go back to Sierra Leone? I feel so
Are
bad
you
even thinking about it.
serious?
But yeah, kidney failure.
You
He
got
literally
a
just passed.
story, man. You hear me?
It's so many stories. It's so wild, so wild. But yeah. So that was, but it's more. I'm a slide in your DMs after. It's a lot of in betweens and little caveats that happen with that. But ladies, if you ever go to any country in Africa and it seems too good to be true, you got a lot of money. It's probably because you're crazy and something. And you don't sell your soul, baby, because. Don't sell
Right, because
yourself.
it might be easy. Damn. Okay, well, thanks for telling me ahead of time, cause child,
Don't
I
sell
done
your
got over there,
soul.
got me a man, about to get married, jumped the broom,
Listen,
start wearing the
it
clothes.
was.
Listen.
Listen, put me in a dashiki, baby. Okay, it was, but it was the when it was good, it was really good. But when it was bad, like the threats and the violence, and I'm not a violent person. Like I said, I typically don't think anybody gonna do me anything wrong. But when there's a threat at hand, I take it serious. So I just wasn't really willing, and I met a few locals who was like, yeah, nah, don't play with him. Sis, like, yeah, he'll have you in the woods.
Oof.
So I'm like, okay,
Right,
yeah,
he one of
yeah,
them. We ain't gonna do, and that's so
yeah,
crazy that he ended up
yeah,
passing. Write
yeah.
that book. Get that book started. Start scrapping scripting.
That's gonna be a crazy chapter, really really crazy chapter, because everything that happened in that timeline, and it's literally a year to the date. Like this today, last year I was in Sierra Leone. Like, so the fact that he passed the same week that I met him a year before is like, sheesh, that's scary. That's insane. But yeah, very very well, very well. But
My
if you
fault.
ever get the opportunity, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no,
You good?
it's okay. I just had to put my phone on do not disturb because I kept getting a call. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue. What were you
But if
saying?
if anybody watching, or if y'all ever get the opportunity to visit Freetown, Sierra Leone, it is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. The beaches, the hospitality, the people. Same thing. You can go there and live. You can rent a house, 2-3 bedroom house for $1,000 for a whole year. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. If you ever have the opportunity to go, it's hard to get there, but if you can, please do it. Like,
What you mean
10
by
out of
it's
10.
hard to get there? What's the process?
Um, it's hard to get there in a sense of, because it's the country is like so worldish. There's not many airlines that fly there. Like, the times that I went there, I had to either fly into Guinea and drive from Guinea to Sierra Leone, or like it's just really, it's one or two airlines that go there only like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. It's not like Paris or something where it's 10 flights a day from every country. Like, nah, I think it's only like Brussels, Royal Emirates, and like a Nigerian airline or something that goes there. So it's like, if you the airlines you're used to and stuff like that, like daily flights and stuff like that, you're not gonna get that. It's really, like, compared to other African countries and other places, on that side, it's a lot more expensive and to get there and stuff like that. I was able to do so because I was working in the industry, so my flights are only, the tax is really cheap.
Okay.
But my friends that went with me, they were paying a good grip, so that's the downside of it.
Okay. Wow. I can't wait till you finish the book. I'm a support. I wanna give me a copy.
I got you, baby.
I
I
gotta
got
give
you.
me a
I'm
copy.
bringing it to Thailand to you. You ain't even gotta have it shipped. I'm gonna come deliver it.
Period. Period. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk now as far as staying in Bali. Are you going through a visa process or are you just doing visa on arrival? Could you share that with us?
So I am in the process of doing I want to say it's D12. It's a 2-year visa, $750. But you do have to leave every 6 months, even if it's just for a day. And you're allowed to get like a bank account. You can get a car in your name. It's all the the whole shindig, like the good one. Um, in the beginning, I only did the visa on arrival because I wanted to make sure that, like, this is where I wanted to be. I didn't want to waste, pay a big lump sum of money and like, oh no, I don't want to be here. But now that I know, like, this is where I want to be, I'm like literally in contact with the visa guy like yesterday to do the V12 process.
Oh wow, okay. I love that. So it's for 2 years and you have to leave every 6 months. Okay. You said it's how much again?
Mm-hmm.
Seven what?
750.
750.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's what
So
you'll pay more than that doing visa runs every 2 months,
yeah,
going out the country, paying for a hotel, paying for your flight. So it just makes sense. I do want to continue to travel, so the visa on arrival wasn't the most, it wasn't a bad idea for me, because I'm like, okay, every 60 days I could hit a new country. But like, when you're at home and you're just like kicking it, it's still parts of Bali that I need to check out. It's still parts of Indonesia that I need to check out. So I'm not really pressed to like go to other countries and travel as much as I normally do. So that long-term visa like feels like a good fit.
definitely. Okay, I love that. What type of activities and things do they offer in Bali? I know that Bali is a very spiritual place.
Baby,
Listen, I know I
Bali,
love eat,
don't
love, pray.
stop. Bali, don't stop. Bali is like, there's parts of it like Chengu is like Miami. It's you're outside, the girlies is outside, the clubs is running till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like it's very it's spiritual, but it's also very like we in Miami for sure. Um, it's a good mix of things to do. You can do some hikes. There's some animal activities you could do. Cooking classes but the nightlife is actually a very good quality like nightlife
Oh,
too. Like it's not like
okay.
and I'm not really an outside club girly, but I find myself like, you know what? It's Sunday. They got the Afro Beats party. Let me go outside. Um, so yeah, it's a you won't get bored. And then it's of course it's beaches, tons and tons of beaches to day parties and
Mhm.
like it's a lot to do.
Okay, that takes me to my next question. Dating in Bali as a black woman. What does that
Okay,
look
in the
like?
in the, in the interview, baby, you could cut it off. No, that's over. That's the end of it. Dating in Bali as a black woman is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, in my whole life, in my whole little 35 years on this planet.
Okay.
Is
Jeez.
um so I think there's a limited amount of black men here, and they have so many options, whether it be tourists or the black women or the locals, that it's like they're the prize. So it's like, it's not typical courting or anything like that. You just don't. I feel like you don't have a lot of options, and a thing that I like to say, and I is no real nice way to say a way to say it without sounding like rude or mean, but nobody normal moves to Bali. Like the average Joe, a Keisha, a Jamal just didn't say, you know what, I'm about to pack up and move to Bali. So everybody here is typically on a like eat, love, pray journey, yogi journey, like they're healing their inner child and stuff like that. So it's like you end up running into people who are um not what you're used to. So that's a big thing for me. I have to realign myself and just like, baby, you're not in America. That is not D boys and anything like that. These are like nice wholesome men. So, like I don't know, but it's not been my favorite part of the journey. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's the only for me. That's the only downside because it gets a bit lonely. I've been on a few dates and I tried to like I met a guy from London, like a white guy, but that's not really my speed. So it's like if I wouldn't do it at home, in my mind, I'm like, why would I do it here? But you're not at home. You gotta break out of the box of being at home.
Right.
Um, but dating is that's it's hard, sis. It's hard, and there's so many transient people. A lot of people are just here for a week or 2 weeks or whatever. So you have to like make it clear, like, hey, do you live in Bali? Are you here long term? Because I'm not just trying to wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna see you for a week or two. Like I'm here. I want you to be here too, right? Um, Miss Lonnie. Hey, Miss Lonnie. Yeah, it's hard over here. It's very hard.
Well, at least
It's
you
very hard. That
honest.
sisterhood, that part, friends.
Mhm.
I feel like I got more homegirls in Bali than I have at home. Like that's been a blast. And like again, shout out to the Black in Bali group. They definitely create a community where like actually tonight when I get off the interview, I'm going to game night in Ubu. Like there's always an activity.
Nice.
Yeah, there's always something to do. They're very, very, very community oriented. But again, there's just like it's 100 women and 2 guys as not a pool that I want to play in. So um yeah, the dating is the only hard part. So if you I mean, but I'm also not really pressed to date. Like I when I get lonely, but it's not like, oh, I can't find a man, I'm going back home. It's not is it never gave that. It's more so just like you really have to change what you're looking for because you're probably not gonna find that in a place that's this slow and this peaceful. You're probably looking for toxic or something else. So it's probably me. I'm probably the problem.
Yeah. I
but
love that you
but yeah,
honest about it though, and you transparent about it because it's like, being women, at some point you do want intimacy, you do want love. And
yeah,
you just being honest, like, okay, yeah, I do get to those points, but I'm not desperate for it. So
yeah,
that's
nah,
big. I like
yeah,
that. And then I
Yeah.
know that, you know, the men, they do have a lot of different options. So I can only imagine they probably not really
I,
settling down like that.
no. And it's been the hardest part and the most hurtful part of the journey too. I've had a conversation with two different black men while being here, and the way they chewed me out on like black women is so angry. That's I don't know. Black women move here, y'all gonna end up going home lonely because blah blah blah. And y'all just like that's not why we here. Like that we why you gotta do that? Like why literally after I just a random conversation. Like it wasn't even anything that I like, hey, let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, hey, have you thought about having a conversation about healing the relationship between black men and black women? And I'm like, no, but you know, that's the conversation I'm completely okay with
Mm-hmm.
having. And he started talking, and it was just like, yeah, because y'all just so masculine, and y'all so independent, and y'all got y'all degrees, and y'all got this, and he like, I didn't even get a word, and he's just going and going and going, and I'm like, hey, have I been that? Have I been aggressive or masculine? Or no, you haven't, but that's the problem with black women. That's why y'all single, and all y'all here lonely in Bali, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And the second conversation, it wasn't as aggressive, but it was basically the same tune, the same note of like, you know, y'all are undateable or undesirable, and I can go anywhere. I can go to the Philippines, and I can go here, and I can get me a woman, and I can get a local, I can get a tourist, I can get anybody. And I'm like, congratulations. I don't know what I should tell you, but so that's a hurtful thing too, for them to see us in this space and just put us in a box of being unwanted or undesirable. So of course that even makes you change the way, like, you know, do the black men here, are they the passport bros that's here to get a foreigner who, you know, will just listen to whatever they say or whatever? I don't know, but it gets deep. It gets really deep.
You want to know what's so interesting? I saw a guy in Thailand. He made a video on TikTok, and he is dating. His woman is Thai, and she's a pretty, she beautiful too. And I was like, okay, he got him a good looking woman. But he was talking about how, like, you know, he doesn't desire a melanated woman. And he was saying that a lot of other men don't either. And he was saying, like, we got our reasons. And he brought up some of the things that you just said that these other men have said. And that is a very hurtful conversation. And my response to that is, baby, don't even worry about it, because I'm going to end up marrying a foreigner anyway. Me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
So,
that's how it might play out for me too. So, you know, do you think? Um, but I don't think it's I know it's a choice because they have free will, but I think it's parts of them that's broken or that's unhealed or that they find
definitely.
themselves undesirable, or they don't want to like completely step up. Because this being a black man is that's a big shoe to fill. But when you don't have a black woman holding you accountable, you get to move differently. So
Absolutely.
I think a lot of it boils down to accountability, and not a lot of them just want like not want to do the work. Like we all broken, or we all coming from a rough place, and it's like, you know, it might be a little rough. But I always listen. A black man is the best thing that God invented, in my opinion.
Right.
Not the cats fighting.
Right. I was like, you jumped. I'm like, what the hell? Prince, you got me cracking up. He said, I don't know about other men, but I need my woman to be black, blackity black.
Yeah,
Period.
and that's how I feel about that's why I said you know, in the Bali is good. I feel like I'm doing a lot of healing. I'm resetting my nervous system and stuff like that. But I also like, you know, Africa might be like the long term or the end goal for me, because I would love to be surrounded by black people. I would.
Really? Okay, I
I'm not
like
gonna
that.
hold you. Right.
So you say you
Yeah.
probably gonna settle down with an African, with someone from
Oh
Africa.
yeah, that's my kind. That's my favorite.
Okay, period. Look, you
Mhm.
opening my mind up to that. So I got my friend. I know someone who's actually dating one, and then I got another friend who that's all she like. And I've always been like, I'm good. But lately, it's looking good from
Listen,
my view.
I being with specifically Nigerian for me. I've never felt so safe, protected, provided for. Like it's the one time in my life where I get to just turn my brain off and just be an autopilot and let somebody else guide and lead. That's a beautiful thing. Like being like, this person that's been hustling and working and making shit happen for myself. When you get somebody who like, okay, what you need? Okay, we making it happen. Like you can't go against that. But don't sell your soul for it. Don't get bought. But yeah, it's I've had very, very pleasant experience dating African men. I
Wow.
have. Mhm.
I love it. You got me
Yeah.
excited. Okay, let me respond to some DMs then. And I normally don't even read comments, but y'all is speaking music to my ears that African men would treat y'all the best. Okay.
Yeah.
Period. It sounds like I'm probably about to. I already said that I wanted to visit Africa though. My favorite is a man
Yeah.
who treats me right regardless. Okay, that's true too. That's true too.
It's true, but it's something about I like being able to relate to somebody for me. Like if I crack an inside joke, or if I talk about a certain TV show or want to cook a certain dish, I don't want to have to explain why we say what we say or why we do what we do. I don't want to have to like, oh, I can't say this because my husband's white or something like that. I don't love who you love. I like, but for me personally, I like to just be with the culture, to just go with the flow. And that's easier for me. And I'm a
Someone
monkey.
relatable. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, someone
Yeah.
relatable. Nothing's wrong with that. Are there?
Yeah.
Is there a heavy African culture in Bali?
Um, I've ran into a bunch of Sudanese guys, which was new for me because I had never met a person from South Sudan. There's a decent amount of like Nigerians and Ghanaians. Yeah, I met a guy from Cameroon. There's a very small, but it's a decent populations of Africans here.
Okay, okay. I love that. Cool.
Yeah.
Listen, listen. You got me even more excited to come pull up in Bali. Got Bali on my
Yeah,
list.
listen, let me know when you're coming. I'll cook. Listen, let me know when you're coming, baby. Let me know when
I'm
you're
gonna let
coming.
you know. I'm gonna let you know. You know, I don't be putting my information. I don't be liking to really tell the internet too much or nothing. But I'm gonna message you because
You
so you can know
you know where I'm at. You know where to
know my
find
little
me.
plans. Right, right. Okay, I love that. Okay, so you said dating is different. Okay, so now as far as the culture and coexisting with the people, um, obviously they're not much like relatable, but they're kind. So you
They're
can
very
kind of
kind.
get into it and intertwine with them easily. So what does that look like? How was that process? Adapting to life as an how do you pronounce it? Indonesian?
Yeah, Balinese or Indonesian.
Okay.
Um, It's been easy, and I think the big thing that helped me was learning the language, like going to the classes so I can, ask you how you're doing and tell you my name and how long I've been here, and they get so excited. You speak a little bit of Bahasa, and they be like, "What you speak Bahasa?" Um, and they're just very kind, warm, welcoming people. I didn't been to the local church and I had to translate on my phone the whole time.
Oh,
um, they're very inviting. Like, hey, we have a ceremony. They have a lot of holidays. Like, I feel like the whole month of April was a holiday. It's something. The traffic backed up, and they're like, hey, we have a celebration. It's our holiday. It's this holiday. You want to come to the ceremony with us? Very, very inviting. And like I say, I just started driving, so I do a lot of walking. I did a lot of walking before I got my bike. So if I walk down the street, everybody is waving. Everybody is saying hello. They know me. I'm going to walk to get a coconut. Going to walk to the store. Um, and they're very warm, friendly, nice, like caring people. Like adjusting to the culture, adjusting to like I see it's crazy. I see all the time like people like, oh, I was in Bali, I was in Thailand, and they want to take pictures. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like people stare at me. I don't feel like like I'm an outcast. Like, of course I'm a black woman with blonde hair. I'm different, but I feel like I feel like I'm at home, honestly. I feel like this my hood. Like I'm welcome. Siang, salamat pagi. Like, walking and greeting the people and going on about my day. I got my little barber shop I go to, got my little nail salon, and we
period.
have girl chat and you're going on a date. Yeah, I'm going, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, how was your date? Next time you see them, it's just like home. Like you carry on those conversations and follow each other on social media. And like that's my people. Like, so it doesn't feel any different. But again, I've traveled so much to like I make myself like I immerse myself like with the people.
Mm.
Like and I don't give myself an opportunity to stand out or to like not, not mingle. Like I'm about to be with the people. I'm here, this y'all land, I'm gonna respect it and I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna let y'all lead and I'm gonna follow and just blend in the best I can as a Black woman.
I love your mindset. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of people, they still have that Americanized energy when they go places. I was watching this video the other day and this girl was like, how do they know that I'm American and I don't even say nothing? Like, they just know. And then somebody in the comments talked about how like we have a certain type of energy that
Yeah.
comes with us, how we
Yeah.
carry ourselves, how we walk. And it's very like giving entitlement, right?
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah.
hear people speak about like, look, this y'all country, this y'all tour, I'm coming, I'm enjoying the land with y'all, I'm gonna
Thank
let
y'all
y'all lead.
for having me.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can't go. That's just like when, foreigners come to America and, Americans will be looking at them frowned up like, this not y'all country. Why y'all acting like that? But
Yeah.
yeah, they have to, now I kind of get a different perspective of how they feel, right?
Yep.
Because it's kind of like, I ain't trying to cause no problems. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm obviously here because I'm living a better life here, right?
Yeah.
So to know that you can go there and kind of like humble yourself, which that word is controversial, but I feel like being humbled is important though when you're on
Yeah.
new territory that you're not
Yeah.
familiar with and you're in another person's territory. So I love that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love that.
it's a humbling experience. Like the I feel like that was a post you made about something you reposted about like the like the people they don't have much and they have so much to offer. Like and it's like how could you not respect that? How could you not be grateful? How could you not be humble? How could you not like? Damn, you really like y'all don't have much and it's like you willing to share your food and everything you have
Yeah.
like you can't that's a very welcoming like thing to a very welcoming experience. Like it's a good thing to feel. Good vibe.
It is. It is. And it just
Mhm.
shows you that the world is such a beautiful place. And we have to explore it.
Mhm.
So anybody that's watching or that's watching the replay, get out. Even if you don't want to move
Please.
abroad, take your ass on a vacation. 2 vacations a year is
Please.
not a fuck enough. Okay. You hear me? That's
Uh,
not enough. You have to explore the world.
Please.
Gotta
It's
explore.
beautiful. Listen, I love saying it. 63 countries in, and the world is beautiful, and people are accepting. I've never been anywhere. 63 countries. I've never been anywhere and felt unsafe. I've never been harassed. I ain't never had anything stolen from me. I've never been like the world is really like it's not bad. It's beautiful. The people are nice and people are inviting and welcome. Even in places in Europe and Czech Republic and Budapest and Vienna and stuff like that is like everybody's nice. Everybody's happy that you came. Everybody has a certain level of gratitude that makes you feel like you're welcome there. So
Yeah.
we have to get out the mindset like of America being the best thing that's ever happened to us because we being poisoned, the food and the everything and the hustle culture and like like I didn't know a peace of mind until I left America. I didn't know peace at all until I left America. For sure.
I love that. And it look good on you. You look happy,
Thank you.
you glowing, your skin look good. You know what I'm saying? Those are factors that
Yeah.
supports your statement.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because you could be saying that and look totally different, but you can see it. It's reflected.
Yeah.
So that's important. So could you give us the other countries? Could you share some other countries you went, like just naming them
Well,
that you have traveled to for
let's
us?
let's do the African countries. Botswana, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Beautiful
Okay.
people. You could do a safari, see all the animals. Zambia, I've been to Guinea, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Kenya, Tunisia, Morocco, Kenya. I love Kenya. Love Kenya down. South Africa, of course, and Zimbabwe. So those are my African countries, my favorites. I'm still in love with South Africa. It was such a special experience for me. And I love Japan. While I'm on this side of the world, I need to make my way back. I really love Japan, um, and Belize, close to home. So if you want to leave and you don't want to go too far, look into Belize. It's the only English speaking country in Central America too. So it's easy to really just, dive in. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, what
Anytime.
advice would you have for someone who wants to move abroad, but they're worried about so much, so many different things?
You just got
How am I gonna
to
make
do it.
money? How am I gonna? Huh?
You just got to do it. You
Just
just
gotta.
you literally just have to like give yourself a timeline. And I'm not even a fan of too much time, because when we give ourselves so much time, like, oh, I'm giving myself 5 years. Like, there's so much that happened in those 5 years. You could talk yourself out of it and change your mind and stuff like that. I'm a like, it comes in my mind, I'm acting on it kind of person. Like I said, between getting laid off and moving to Bali was 23 days. Um, just do it. If you have, look up the pricing. I'd say if you have at least, I'd say start with 6 months just to try it out. If you have 6 months of what it'll cost you per month and a flight home, you can do it and you'll figure it out. Somebody gonna teach you, somebody gonna put you on game, you gonna run into somebody networking. If you align yourself and put yourself in a place, everything gonna fall into place. But you literally just have to do it. Of course, there's a don't be reckless. There's a decent amount of research, the visas and stuff that you have to look into. But I think it's just a matter of doing it. Just shit to get off the pot.
Period.
That is because it's there's fear will trick you out of things that's already yours. And if you allow yourself to believe that you can't do something, then you can't. Like if you allow yourself to believe that that's not an option for you, then it isn't. So if like if you think about it, if it happens in your head, it can happen in reality. So just go for it. Get your finances together, start saving small. But it just do it. It's really just a matter of doing it. Like I said, January 1st, 2025, I had no idea that February 13th, 2025, I'd be living in Bali. At all. Not even it just wasn't on my radar. Um, but I did it and it's been a breeze. I literally am stress free. So another
Okay.
thing,
Okay.
sounds small. This is a sidebar. If you have any credit cards that have like the like insurance, like you pay 99 cents a month, those type of things help with like the adjustments, right? Like, hey, I'm not working, they'll pay your credit card bill for like 6 months and stuff like that. And that'll help you like, slow down and stuff like that. It's a lot of things that you'll let go, like a cell phone bill. I pay $6 a month for 100 gigs. You can let T-Mobile grow. So even if you're thinking like I have this amount of money, you really have more than you think you have, because your bills will just get smaller and smaller and smaller once you're not, robbing Peter to pay Paul in America and having all these things that really don't matter. I pay maybe $60 a month for my scooter. A tank of gas is like $2. So it's like your expense. My rent is $200. Your expenses are like a fifth of what you have. So like, what you're paying now, probably a seventh or eighth if we keep it. If you in places like Florida or Detroit or something like that where everything is expensive. But you don't need as much as you think you need. Like you probably feel I gotta have 50K in the bank. You don't need 50K. Like 10,000 to get you through a year comfortably. Comfortable,
Thank you
very,
for saying
very
that.
comfortably,
See, y'all thought y'all needed 50K.
very comfortably.
And even if you don't have 10K, like, it's
Yeah,
ways around it, especially when you
yeah,
don't got kids either. Listen, a
yeah.
win is a win.
A win is a win.
A
Yeah,
win is a win. That's so
yeah.
true.
Um, yeah. My like I said, my rent is $200 a month. Like you like 200. That's like if you take one check, you could damn near pay your rent for the whole year. Like, and with doing that type of stuff gives you a peace of mind, because if your rent paid, everything else is cool, right? Like
Right.
then you got to feed yourself, but you can get a whole meal for $2, $3, $4 prepared. If you're cooking for yourself, it's even less expensive. So like you just don't need that much. I think we are so used to like, yeah, my rent gonna be 2,000, my car note 600, my car insurance 400. Like, no, those numbers are astronomical. Like, no, you could survive off of $400, $500 a month. Like, you don't need a lot at all. I mean, if
That's
you're trying to live large and but we all know less is more. Like less is more. Like I came here with 2 suitcases and a backpack, and I have more than what I need. That's it. That's like
Less
you
is more. Less is
less
more.
less is
Less is
more.
more. In the last episode, with the family, with the Kendall family that's in Spain, that was something that the husband spoke
Mm-hmm.
on. Less is more.
I
Ever
like
since
it.
he said that, that shit stuck with me
Yeah,
because
you don't need a
it's like
lot.
it's like we know, right? But
Mm-hmm.
to actually hear it be said and you like living it too, and it's like a reminder, and then it clicked like, damn, less is more. Like, yes, less is more.
Yeah. I see somebody asking about health insurance. So when I got laid off, they gave me an extra month of health insurance. So I just took that month and got all my dental work done and all my, everything I needed to do. But here in Bali, you can go to a clinic for like $20. Like if you have a cold or something, there's the mobile clinics that pull up on you, come to your house. You can get IV treatments. It's even that if you don't have insurance, it's still very inexpensive. I'm still fairly young. I'm only 35. So, and I don't have any like health issues. So I didn't, and even at home, I go to the doctor twice a year for like annuals and like just normal checkups. So I don't need, I don't feel like I need insurance, but I know a lot of people do have, there's like global health insurance and stuff like that, that a lot of people get. A bunch of the retired people, that like moved here, they have that. I know if I get sick, there's like a clinic on every corner that I can go to and pay about $20 to see a doctor. So I'm not really pressed about that. And I'm not being poisoned. I'm eating real organic fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So it's like my health is even better. Just I'm losing weight and everything just because I'm here. So that ties into it and makes me healthier just eating and living here. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. And that answered, because I was going to ask that next. So you touched on that. And a lot of people don't have it, y'all. I want y'all to know. It's a lot of people that live
Mhm.
abroad. You would ask them about
Yeah.
insurance. I'm one. I got
Mhm.
3 kids and still chose not to do the insurance thing. Now, I do have a son that got asthma, but we did what we needed to do. I still did not feel like we needed insurance. So I'm with
Oh,
you on the insurance because, like you said, if anything, if it's that serious, we can do a walk in. And a lot of people think that
yeah.
you have to have
And healthcare
insurance.
it's so affordable. Most people they don't have insurance. Like it's very, very affordable. Like very affordable.
Yeah. So that's
Just
another
I
thing
have like
on the
a
list.
separate account that's for like emergencies, an emergency flight
Okay.
home, an emergency doctor visit. Like I have like, that's to the side, but um I'm not banking on using it at all. Like
I love that you do that.
yeah,
That's what's up. So
yeah.
yes, you got some money saved to the side for a rainy day, just
Mhm.
in things happen, just in case
Yeah,
things happen, because things
of
do
course.
happen, you know.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Parents are aging and just different things happening. Like if I need to get home outside of the things that I have to do to make sure my bills are paid and stuff like that here, I have separate money, like an emergency fund to get home. But like I said, I'm not I had the conversation. I flew to Louisiana and saw my mama before I left and was like, listen, we gonna FaceTime every day, Miss Mamas, but I don't plan on coming back anytime soon, okay? So I think everybody kind of like knew I was serious because it's not my first time, but yeah, count me out.
Period. So she said, just do it like Nike, y'all. So if you watching now or watching a
Just do
replay,
it.
just do it.
Just do it. It's
Just
it's
do
it's so much easier than you realize. It's so much easier than you realize. And once you do it, you're gonna be like, shit, I could have then did this. Like this was too easy. I mean, paying for the flight or something might be the hardest part of it, like dropping it, like packing, deciding what to keep and what to leave behind, those type of things. But once you make it on foreign soil and you're accepted, and like you have the I watched the interview you did last week with the couple in Spain. I have some friends that moved to one of them moved to Ghana. I have another friend who went to South Africa. I have a friend that went to Colombia. So it's like it's not just the Southeast Asia that that's captivating and that's treating the people nice. everywhere is treating people nice. Like everybody is going and having a time of their life and resetting their nervous system and getting out of that fight or flight mode. Like on every continent. It's not. I know like a lot of us are in Southeast Asia, the Thailands and the Balis of the world, and it's cheap and it's easy and it's it works. But if you're not pressed, if you're not like Asia doesn't sound attractive to you, that's not where you want to go. There's other Colombia is so welcoming. You Medellin and stuff like that, and you can get comparable prices. Like you can go there and get a two-bedroom for $400 or $500. It's not, you know, it's probably not Bali cheap, but it's still a fraction of what you're paying at home.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
that's a big deal. So y'all hear that and y'all know
Mhm.
that now.
Yeah.
Because I think that I know it thinks like I know I know it seems like everybody coming to East Asia, y'all, but social
It's
media make
everywhere.
things look a certain
Yeah.
way. That's not true. That's not the reality. Everybody is not in East
Yeah.
Asia. Just so y'all know, it may seem like it. It might seem like it. Not true though. You know how media play it, so everybody be
Yeah.
thinking that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of us not stopping here. This isn't our forever. A lot of us is just
Yeah.
passing through, having our experiences, and going on to the next plane.
Getting what we need to get, healing what we need to heal, and moving on.
Okay, so we got a question in the comment. I normally don't do questions from the comments, but we can answer this before we end because I feel like we covered a lot in a short period of time. Like, you know how normally if I do an episode, it'll drag kind of far
Yeah.
out, but I feel like in that hour, girl, we done talked about all type of shit. So they asked, how do you find places to live in advance? So what advice do you have on
Facebook.
somebody finding places to live?
So for me in Bali, Facebook groups. But if you're a certain place, like I know some friends who came to Bali, make sure you like maybe book a hotel or something. Like I had places lined up and I booked a hotel for like a week and then I went to check the places out because Bali has a huge mold problem. A very huge, like during the rainy season, a lot of the houses get mold on the inside. So like don't just take the pictures for face value because they could be old pictures. A lot of like the Facebook posts will catfish you. Don't get scammed. Don't pay nothing in advance. Like, oh, you got to pay us for us to hold it. Don't do any of that. But those Facebook groups are really, really resourceful. Really resourceful. And if you are going to a country that has like a Black in Mexico, Black in Bali, Black in Bangkok, reach out and ask in those groups because a lot of us are sitting around just like relaxing. So like we don't mind helping. Like my finding my bike and taking biking lessons and stuff like that. It's all been other people, the other like ladies from the Black and Bali group who are like, okay, I got you. Like this, here's my plug. Here's my visa plug. You trying to do this one? So ask Facebook and getting those like WhatsApp chats and stuff like that, and just like, hey, I'm thinking about coming. Can somebody point me in the direction of a realtor there if you're looking to buy? Or just use those Facebook groups. And you can, I know if it's specifically the one in Bali, you can say, hey, I'm looking for a two-bedroom. It needs to be in this area. I want to pay this amount of money and I want to stay for 9 months. And it's going to be people in your DMs like, all right, here's the pictures. When can you come see it? Like they literally just like hand it to you on a platter. That was finding somewhere to live was probably the easiest part. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Okay, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you for following
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Okay, so could you drop your tag in the comments so everybody can follow you that's here? Make sure you guys go over, follow, and support her journey. All of the new endeavors and everything she dropping. You know what I'm saying? Stay connected, stay in tune. Make sure y'all follow and support, especially if you are interested in migrating to Bali.
Yes.
Because I
Come
know a
on
lot of people
down.
want to. A lot of people want to, and you doing a lot. You done got your bike. You doing the
Mhm.
classes. You
Home
actually
classes,
stay with the
language
family.
classes. Donating, I mean, not donating, volunteering. There's a Ragam. It's a like food kitchen and they feed the like orphanages. That's 6 days a week. So you could just pop in and help make the meals and deliver the meals. There's so much like there's things to do that outside of just like hustling that makes you like feel whole and give you some purpose. Like you're doing stuff and it's not just like, just because you have to. Like, yeah.
I'm excited to get to some shamans and some temples. Looking
Yeah.
forward to that
Oh yeah.
because I know it's
Oh
serious.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know it's serious.
The water purification and yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
It's
get the
it's
whole
it's definitely
ritual
it's
done.
healing. Hmm.
I
Yeah,
know they got it.
it's a very very healing, slow moving. It feel like time don't even move like real time. I feel like it's like, is it 24 hours in a day or is it 36? Because it's everything just like it's slow. It's like it's so slow. You wake up in the morning, you can get run through emails and accomplish so much stuff. And it's like, damn, it's still 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, is time moving at all? Like it's just slow. It's like easy. It's relaxing. It's like it's no pressure. It's ease. It's like it's almost like an out of body experience to just like have this much peace. Like I told you, like I'm dead ass serious. When I first got here, I was so stressed because I didn't have any stress. I was looking forward to like having to navigate, having to figure things out, having to pivot, and everything was just like, okay, here. Oh, you want that? Let me give you a little bit more than that. Like it was just like, okay, well, let me just relax then because I guess I'm not allowed to stress. Um, but yeah, it's beautiful.
I love it. I love it so much. And congratulations on everything for just taking a leap and taking that
Yeah.
step. Because I feel like only special people can move abroad. Don't take that personal to anybody watching, but I feel like that it's not for the weak, but it's for the chosen.
Yeah.
It's very different. Adapting, it's just so much to it. But that's why I
Yeah.
say that it's a spiritual journey, and I never stop
Mhm.
saying that, regardless if people realize they're on a spiritual journey or not. Moving abroad and leaving your native country to go somewhere into a foreign
Mhm.
place of the
Crazy.
unknown and
Yeah.
submerge into it and get comfortable and try to learn and live. That's a spiritual journey.
And
I
sleep
don't care what.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
It's
enjoyed you so much today, man.
Thank you. And I was so nervous. I'm still a little nervous. Baby, sweating like a
No, don't be
puppy in
nervous.
church.
Listen, you was getting into the story. It was getting spicy. I was feeling like we was on a little soap opera. I was like, okay, I should
Yeah.
have had some wine, but we hope to see more of you, right?
Listen, I can't wait to get off this call. That ravings and rice smells so good. I can't wait to eat. I was like, I'm gonna do this podcast and I'm done.
I
My food
know.
gonna be
And
prepared.
then you can
I'm
eat.
about to
Okay.
eat.
Well, we hope that you come back because we can't wait to see where you are in like what 2 years. Time go by so fast. Ain't no telling.
Yeah,
2 years is like
yeah.
shit.
I'll
Abroad,
be
two
in
years be
Africa by
like
then.
yeah, yeah.
I'll be in
Look,
Africa by then for
life
sure.
had definitely been turned, did a 360 again, three
Yeah,
360s.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we enjoyed you so much. Is there
Thank
any
you for
other
having me.
platforms or anything that you want them to follow, that you want to mention, that you want to talk about, anything you got going on coming up that you want to tell them about?
Travel consulting, visa services. My website is my name, Britttneynikole.com. I do curate travel guides. So if you're looking to like do a West Africa trip, a East Africa trip, I have a Central America guide. I have a European guide and I have a South America guide. So if you go to my website, Britttneynikole.com, you can purchase a guide. They're also 50% off. Uh, but they're very, very like resourceful. Everything you need from where to stay, how to book travel from country to country. It's really made with a backpacker's perspective. Because that's who I am in my heart, just like going from country to country, on a budget. Um, so yeah, it's those are good to check out. So my website, Britttneynikole.com.
Okay, make sure y'all tap in. Okay, we gonna let you go. We're not gonna hold you. Enjoy your food, cause listen,
Thank you,
I think
love.
I'm about to do the same thing, get more food.
You know,
So
and I got the which you posted it yesterday and I bought it today. The flour for the chicken. I
you
can't
bought
wait.
it?
I bought it today.
Isn't it
I was she said
good?
it was crispy. I haven't ate yet. I'm about to
Oh,
see
you
though.
haven't ate yet? My kids, they were like, Mama, this the best chicken we had. I'm like, oh, tell me
Mhm.
more.
Yes, I can't wait. I
It's
saw
so
when you
good.
posted that yesterday. I was like, I think I didn't see that in the grocery store here, and walk right past it. I was like, oh, let me get that. Thank you.
Yes, I'm
Yeah, so
so happy
I'm
you
gonna let
got
you. I'm gonna
it.
slide in your DMs and let you know if it was
Yes,
good.
let me know. Because I gotta get some more. I got it and I'm gonna make more. I told them, I was like, I think I'm gonna do some shrimp. We gotta keep trying that.
Mhm.
That little
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah,
That
better.
shit good.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we'll let you
Thank you for
go.
having me.
So
Appreciate you.
same. I appreciate you too. You had good energy. I love the energy and all that good shit. So we gonna see you again soon,
Thank you.
okay?
All right. Thank you, love.
All right,
Take
love.
care.
Enjoy your
Bye, y'all.
night. Peace.